welcome to my channel, and I am here to do the mid-year book freakout tag. I had found this, I've been doing this tag really on my channel for about the last 2 years. I think I've been on booktube, and I saw Alexandria Rosalind do this the other day, and I believe she added another question onto it, so I'm kind of going off of hers because I did really enjoy that question. I don't know if it was part of the original one or not. I don't remember answering that question, but let's get on with the video. I got my notes in this notebook, so we will continue through that. The best book of the year. Honestly, it's kind of hard to pick just one book for this. I had quite a few that really stuck with me, but I narrowed it down to 3. A Light in the Flame by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is book 2 of the Kingdom of Flesh and Fire series, which is the prequel series to From Blood and Ash, and I really enjoyed it. It gave me goosebumps, especially at the end of it, and I am chomping at the bit just to get the 3rd, and I believe it's going to be the final book in the series, so I am really excited. And I loved Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo as well. It was definitely up there with how I think I liked it more than Ninth House, to be honest, if I'm remembering correctly. I just love the tension and the depths that they went into trying to rescue a certain character, and I really enjoyed that. And of course, probably my most favorite of the year is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I understand the hype with this book of why everybody loves this so much. This was a reading by candlelight pick for April, I'm thinking, and I loved it. Immediate 5 stars. Just made me want baked goods and coffee pretty much the entire time I was reading it, and I highly recommend it if you want something cozy to read. Question 2 is best sequel. I would have to go with Hellbent on that one. As much as I enjoyed Light in the Flame. Harry, do you have to eat right now? Life of having cats. Uno momento. As much as I enjoyed A Light in the Flame and the cliffhanger that it ended on, I really enjoyed the process and the time that I had with Hellbent and how much I enjoyed that one. Question 3, a new release you haven't read yet but want to. This is all over booktube, and it will be no surprise, but I'm interested in reading Fourth Wing by Rebecca. I think her first name is Rebecca. I am blanking on the name, but I'll have the cover of the book somewhere on the screen. This has been super hyped all across the internet, and from what I have heard, it's supposed to be about dragons and a magic school type of setting, which is up my alley for sure. So I definitely would like to try that book out eventually. 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. It's actually coming out as I'm recording this next month, the end of July, and that is A Soul of Ash and Blood by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 5th book in the From Blood and Ash series. This is supposed to be told in Hawke's point of view, from the time that he had met Poppy to where they are now, because where we left off in book 4, Poppy is not a major focus in the book, so we're hearing the story told for Hawke's point of view. And I know it can get really repetitive for some people, but when it comes to me and how I read, once I'm in a world, I want as much information as possible, and I don't mind reading from different point of views. I actually really enjoy it. As much content as I can get from a series, the better. 5, biggest disappointment. It would probably be The Cloisters by Katie Hayes. We had read this for our book club reading by candlelight in May, and it's such a beautiful cover. I was tempted to pick it up from Target when I had first saw it there, but didn't. And I was expecting it to be more magical than it was dark academia, and it was really heavy on the academia side. As much as I loved learning about like the kind of history of tarot and stuff like that, the way it was presented, it was kind of dry, and the way that the like thriller mystery aspect was kind of just thrown in as like an afterthought didn't really sit well with me. And I believe Alicia had the same kind of thought process as I did. I think overall the book got like maybe a 3.5 stars, but I was pretty disappointed because I was going in with a certain expectation of it being more heavily like a magical realism than it was on the academic side. 6. Biggest surprise? I would probably say Witches of Easton by Melissa Dela Cruz. This was a book club pick for So Mote It Be that I had on the list. And I had enjoyed one series of Melissa Dela Cruz's a lot, so I knew I do vibe well with her writing, but I wasn't too sure how I was going to vibe with her take on witches and the way she incorporated the Norse mythology in it. I really enjoyed it and wasn't expecting it, so that was a really big surprise for me. 7. New favorite author, probably Travis Baldree. I am looking forward to the like Bookshops and Bone Dust coming out by him, and unfortunately I was declined an e-arc, which is not surprising because my NetGalley ratio is terrible, so I don't blame them whatsoever for denying it to me. But I am really excited to read that book and see more from that world. 8. Newest fictional crush. Probably Brendan from It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. He really reminded me of Jordan, my husband, and like the way that his dry humor can be sometimes, and how protective he can be. So it just really reminded me of my own husband, so I would have to say Brandon. 9. Newest favorite character. Hands down, Thimble from Legends and Lattes. I need a ratkin to live in our house with our take care of our cats and to bake all the baked goods. With him being as bigger than the cats, they shouldn't bother him, but he is like the sweetest character ever, and those cinnamon buns that is described in the book sound amazing, and I need some in my life. 10. A book that made you sad. I don't really get super sad in books, at least not enough for it to really linger on with me, but a book that really did kind of leave a lasting impression on me is What We Don't Talk About by Charlotte Christensen. This discusses the dynamics between an interracial relationship when it comes to dealing with racist family members on one side and how they just kind of use microaggressions against the relationship and just makes the whole thing awkward. This definitely opens your eyes to how interracial relationships, I'll get it eventually, are for some people and how tough it can be. So it really kind of opens your eyes to that and take in consideration how those people may be dealing with that difficult situation. 11. Book that made you happy. Obviously, Legends and Lattes. There was not a moment in that book that I was regretting reading it, so it made me super happy. The most beautiful book you have acquired this year. There was a few of them that I had wanted to give away from Tiara of ABC, Aubrey's Books and Coffee. I'm hoping I'm getting her channel name right. She does a giveaway when she hits a certain amount of subscribers each time, and she gives away book box books that she just didn't vibe with. And I love the other two. They're super beautiful, but my favorite one out of it is God Killer. Look at this cover. It is stunning, and it's got these beautiful sprayed edges. The end papers are beautiful. And I'm trying to, this is an Illumicrate edition, and it's signed. The end pages are beautiful. The cover, or the naked cover, is beautiful. It's got the characters on it. But I am in love with this book, and I cannot wait to read it because all the hype that has been behind this one as well from a certain friend of mine. So I need to get this on my TBR at some point. 13. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Ideally, all the ARCs I have been sent physically. I'm gonna try to make them more of a priority than my digital ones since they are physically taking up space and I see them more. I'm going to try to make a conscious effort of actually reading those. And I have, I think, 5 or 6 that I need to get through before the end of the year, so I am needing to get those on my TBR. And the final question that I believe she may have added to the end is, what are your favorite creators of the year? It kind of like biased because I think it's just usually like my ones I say every year, but definitely Allie with Hardback Quarter, and she's with Malice on Twitch. I'm always in her Twitch stream comments or like chat section, and I play Dead by Daylight with her on Tuesdays, most Tuesdays. I just love her content. She makes me laugh. She's definitely one that you can rely on to have a laugh and brighten your day, especially on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. And Sundays she does Sim Sundays. She's been playing a lot of Fortnite lately because she is being sponsored by Fortnite now. She's got a creator code and everything. But yeah, I just can't help but brag about my friends when they're doing awesome things, and I am super happy with how things are working out for Allie. So she's definitely a favorite creator of mine. And I love Becca in the books. Her videos and just her vlogs in general are just the aesthetic that I try to strive for when it comes to my vlogs. Same thing with Ashley with Frolic Through Fiction. I just love the witchy vibes from her, which is obvious if you're a returning viewer of my channel. You understand that anything witchy on this channel is an A+. So, but yeah, I'll have a link to their channels, or I tag them down below, and I will try to remember to link Allie's Twitch channel also down below. That way you can go follow her over there. But yeah, that is the mid-year book freakout tag that for my channel this year. Let me know in the comments down below any of the answers that you would answer to this tag, and eventually I will actually get my words together. And like this video if you enjoyed it, and keep up to date with any new videos I come out with in the future. Hit the subscribe button, and until next time, you guys, bye.